What's up, everybody? It's me, Tahyira Savanna. Welcome back to a new episode of The Tahyira Show, about being the strong one. I put out 7 things, 7 ideas that can help us. This is not about people trying to find strength. This is for people who are already strong, seeking relief. Welcome back and Happy New Year. The name of the article is out right now on Swag Her magazine. 7 things no one tells you about being strong. There's a cost. This vlog, we're gonna talk about the receipts. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. All right, let's get into it. First things first. I'm 39 years old. I just celebrated my birthday. Thank you guys for all the love. We also get a lot better at being strong. I'm thinking about strength. How we've been strong since small. Some of us dealt with mental health. Some of us dealt with psychological abuse from parents. Some of us dealt with drug abuse. Some of us dealt from parents, people that were in charge of us. I'm talking about us as a kids, we don't have a choice. Some of us dealt with parents who were on drugs and end up dying from HIV, for example. I had friends like that in my babysitter. Right now, I work in an at-risk community. I always teach in at-risk communities, and it's a lot of that, foster cares, and there's something going on, and the government has said that your parent is unfit, so you end up with this person. All of these types of things made us strong, right? I remember growing up, having to live with my grandmother, and there's a whole whatever story, and being first generation American, I had to explain, in the Trinidadian culture, being raised by a grandparent is not super foreign, but in America, it's what's going on? Where's your mom and dad? And it's what do you mean? Thank God for the TV shows that grew up, and that's what I referenced in the article. 2 shows, Martin, Living Single. Khadijah, same vibes. She started off, she was just at the apartment, she had roommates and stuff, but in the business aspect of it, she ran the, basically a Jet magazine, an Ebony magazine, and started off, hired her cousin to try to figure it out, and then trying to get these dope interviews. And Khadijah, I'm Living Single is what there was no characters on Friends that match anything that I could be. I didn't want to be a chef. I wasn't a masseuse like Phoebe, and I wouldn't get away with that crazy white people shit. And I definitely wasn't going to make it to the top of Calvin Klein like Jennifer Aniston. But Khadijah, Erica Alexander's character, Maxine, attorney at law, those are the characters that I understood. Take it back to Martin, there was Shanae, but there was also Gina and Pam. Gina and Pam worked in corporate America as black people, right? And they worked and showed we are not dealing with, you know what I mean? And Tommy, we know. Tommy, you don't got no job. Welcome to winter, we're losing the light. Part 2. The things that we didn't really see in sitcoms growing up, because situational comedies are meant to us to survive and laugh it up. You cry a lot. Alone. And this is the understanding I wanted to break down and do research on it. It does not make you weak. Our strength is what people see in the public, right? People expect me to be the strong one. When I cry publicly, it triggers people to a different kind of way because, and I've heard it, I had a coworker one time, I'm having a bad day in Los Angeles, and literally I walked away, said I needed to get the kids pizza at Little Caesars just to walk away, and she ran behind, let me see, I'll come with you. And I'm what the fuck? I love her. She's still my friend right now. But it's why the hell are people attach me even when I'm not strong? And I tried to be strong and I couldn't. And it just came out. She's like, Missy, what's going on? Why are you crying? And I'm I needed her to be strong in this moment. Little Caesar. And I'm I just made this other Spanish girl cry. She's trying to be my friend. What is happening to here? And it's California too. So it's where people don't cry, it's happy every day. It's very weird to be crying on a hot ass day and you standing right there, child. I'm it doesn't matter. The hills are alive. It's that was one of probably the only moment, not the only moment, but I've noticed it before. But I want to talk a little bit of scriptures here. When we do things in private, that's where you tap into spirit the most. Other than the Bible, and this comes up in the written post. In the Bible, water is meant to renew us, right? I always go back. I talk to my grandma. I talk to the ancestors. I talk to Jesus, the Black Jesus. So in Psalm 56, it says, God keeps count of tears. In Isaiah 43, it says, you shall pass through water, but it doesn't end you. Even when baptism, right? There's some people, I'm not religious that way, but I know some people get baptized in the water. I was watching a Tyler Perry movie and the lady from Titanic got baptized in whatever movie that was. Y'all know there's too many Tylers out here for us and we trying to write our own shit. But what's her name? Family That Prays? Maybe it's the Family That Prays. Taraji never was in it too. Sanaa Lathan, and Sanaa Lathan was like with the white guy, and her kid is like half white, but people don't know. Alfre Woodard is the person that's baptized in, what's this lady's name? The lit one from Titanic. I love her. She was baptized and it was like in a black situation. I'm like, I'm adding this to the vlog. Like, it's lit. So yeah, tears are like maintenance, right? When you go, I baptized my godson like years ago. Someone asked me to move it. I think it's a bap. Like, this kid is a weirdo. But no shade. It's like, sprinkle with the water. This child will be okay. And like, I feel good. Oh, Noah, the big one with the flood. I'm like, who else in the Bible was about the flood? Me and my grandmother had a debate about Noah the other day. Said Noah understands that survival sometimes requires allowing the flood to come in, because the story of Noah really is the preparation for the flood. Number 3. So I have, your mind never stops like negotiating, right? That's the mental health part, where some of us got diagnoses, and it's like the shrinks in them already told us, if you want to have a long life, take it the easy. And like me, it's like, yes, I smoke weed, and you can't judge me, because literally we are tapped back into like the prophecy kind of energy, the spirituality, to that point where we can talk about things. For an example, try to set up this country since Black Lives Matter to get more conscious about what's happening right now. I told you guys eventually it'll be black. It won't just be black people being killed. They went after Asians right after that. Now they're just going after anybody who's at a nice protest. I don't even get the situation. Rest in power to Renee. Rest in power to Alex. Psychology, I looked up psychology for this one. They call it hyper responsibility, right? We see it in young people too, who can't really focus on their lessons and things like that because their responsibilities fall to adulthood. Their parents work overnight. Their parents come home. Their parents are just dependent on them to look out for their little brothers. To the point, we see it in TV shows. We see it in like, I think it's in the storyline of Euphoria to a degree, or some other show that I saw. Whereas the mom is like a nurse and she works all these shifts, and because the dad and whoever the male person, or I could say even lesbians break up, and it's like, it doesn't matter who, but 2 people making money for the house to feed all these other kids, their responsibility shouldn't be you have to sacrifice hanging out with your girlfriend because you need to pick up your little brother from sports events. Because young people being with their girlfriend is actually what they're supposed to do. That is supposed to be what they spend their whole time on. Not like you, all you're doing is this. But because adults are not adults, they're children having children, we miss that whole thing. We see it in schools every day. Missy, I wish that my parent, the difference between me is that I'm not a parent. The emotional management of adults, the emotional management of people who are not your children, and the management of unstable times. All of this contributes to what all of us are dealing with. But strong people have the unfortunate circumstance of being the person that people are dependent on. And if you don't have it, don't have it. Because many a times I come across like an asshole. Like, I don't know neither. Why are you looking at me? Oh, I know that you know. I'm like, you can say whatever you want, bitch. Because you're not getting nothing from me. And I just stand there. And it makes people uncomfortable. But it's a protection for me. I'm not going to keep giving you my ideas. For what? Leads me into number 4. Because I do own my strength. And I also own my balance and my distance. And I come straight for people's motherfucking heads. As you know, I'm an activist. Shout out to Black History Month. But people confuse capacity for obligation. I don't have to attend protests. I choose to. So don't assume that Black Lives Matter is going to go into overdrive because we said this already. Renee Good does not fit Black Lives Matter, but it fits what we said. All lives matter. That's what y'all said, I should say. All lives matter. So yeah, 7 million people should be in the street because we already was out there. Instead of you guys joining us and saying, yes, you put up Donald Trump, holding the Bible upside down like the demon that he is. And you said, all lives matter. We said to fucking defund. Because if we defund the police, there'd have been no money to fund ICE, their enforcement. That also, for Joe Biden, you didn't know, because he was a white man and didn't know what we were talking about. Kamala Harris was the person we were talking to or talking for. She understand. She from Oakland. Baraki from Chicago. We understand. I'm from Brooklyn. We get it. Stop and frisk all the days. We come from white communities, white education, DEI. Usually they cancel Claudine Gay as the president of Harvard because they don't want Black people to be the ones that be your boss. That's also empowerment. For strong millennial Black women, it's the owning of the angry Black woman. Because they don't know the difference between angry and strong. For the Gen Z black males that I write my music for, and the future that I'm trying to protect, the next generations of, let's say, what would be the hashtags, is being unsilent and unbothered. Be who you are. Those are the people that we're pushing up. Be outspoken. I don't care. Wear your different hair color. Rock your dreads. What are they gonna say about braids when I'm standing right next to you? What's up? Number 5, and this one brings us back to more mental health is the part that feels bad, but not bad. I want to say I get more respect then I get support. And sometimes you're a human being, right? You still feel vulnerable. Your vulnerability is just be out there. Like, I'll be writing shit and it's like crickets. CT, we don't got nothing to say. But I know, like, you probably read something I said and sparked a conversation in your personal life. You're not gonna give me the credit because that's just not how human beings are. And I'm not looking for the credit. But there's many a times when I say, check on your strong friends. Bitch, I'm talking about me. People don't even hit me up. They don't even think about it. Because you're dependent on me to be strong. You hit me up when you need something. But you always assume that, oh no, you're gonna be finding your own self. One time, where I find support for the most part is like at work, you know, coworkers and people that share the same energy as you. You know, you're on a stage, the actors and the project that we're working on, the link. It's like, T, how do I help you make this more lit? And it's like, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, what do you need? Sometimes you just need time. You just need someone to say it. Like my principal is one of those really good, strong black women who is like, okay, what do you need in this moment? Just like in any moment. And I'm like, how do you know to just say that? Like, I just needed that. Like, so we are attracting it. And I said that in 2025 and 2026. It was like, I want to be around the right kinds of people. In 2025, I moved towards a different school, different energy. It's a lot more work. It's not easy, but our prayers are being answered. And I talked to my aunt about that, my spiritual warrior in Trinidad. And she was like, you know, sometimes when you pray, it's like you can't control the methods, but like, you know, God just works in mysterious ways. One of my favorite fucking songs too, from The Color Purple. So yeah, I know people support me. Speaking of the boys, I wrote that for number 6. Look at me today. Love feels risky when you're always the pillar. That was interesting. You don't feel, or you don't fall in love, or you don't attach your emotions to people like so easily because you know like what you're up against. For the most part, when I started looking for people, I don't think I didn't look for Frankie. I just put him in as a person like in my head. Like, you create, like, I feel like I need a guy who's like strong enough, but then also fun, that also gets it. Someone who definitely wants to be in Hollywood because you have to be together to do this job. It's like, he's on set, I don't know, we're on set, it's getting crazy. It's like, I need you to practice this kiss on me because I gotta do it on screen. You know what I mean? All this type of shit. It was like, that was a lot already. Then it's like someone who culturally understands you, spirit, Black Lives Matter. Like, is he gonna be black? But then it's like not like ignorant black, like I gotta cheat you, man, shit. Like, I need you to be a business owner and like and understand the mentality and be able to keep up with me and not be threatened that I'm like a black woman that people want and I come from a white world. Like, all these things. Hello, I found Frankie. It was weird. But like, he wasn't a person I thought didn't exist. I just put so many things as like, I'm never gonna find him anyway. And number 7, y'all know that's my lucky number in content and in life. 125, 777. The day I was born, 1987. 7's all around. Strength was never my identity. It's not your identity. It's something that we created to survive. This is my Nipsey Hussle, my Jay-Z, the Tupac Shakur. Like, it's some of us as people to stop making some changes. It's like, we, you know, and it's legit. It's like, and that's the ugly truth and the big truth. I'm just propping up like my little script here. Strength is not who I am. And I feel like that's the identity I'm trying to, when you feel like I'm strong, I'm about to start crying right now. Like, I'm not strong. Like, break this. Oh, Tahyira don't need. That's it. I'm actually very weak. I don't even know. It's the education that makes people feel like you're strong. You don't figure it out. You intellectual. I'm not. It's survival mode, you guys. You know, we have to break off parts of the survival tactics that we have. I don't want to be strong. I don't get this shit neither, bro. I went off on the day that they killed Renee Good because I'm like, how is it that we're in Hennepin County again? What the? So all the work that I did with George Floyd is just like Devin Sherwin, and that's it. So now other people could just do whatever they want in Minneapolis. What do you mean, bro? Like, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I just don't get it. Somebody's coming for us. Somebody say something. As I approach 40, I'm letting a lot of this shit go. Being strong is how I survived up until this point. But for me to live free, like the way that I claim to be, I have to just be who I am. And it's not a strong person. It's a person that happens to be strong. I'm a human being first. And I will always have grace for myself, whereas other people can't find grace for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hey, you're tuned in to Tahyira Savanna. If this video felt like finally someone said something out loud, you're not alone. I encourage you guys to like, comment, and share this video with someone who feels like they've been strong their whole life and never really found relief. I'll catch you in the next video soon. Thank you so much for tuning in.